This is Flat Out Agility, an Australian agility podcast. I'm Grace. Regardless of how far we go with agility, in my view, it's important to always strive for excellence. Excellence in training and excellence in trialling should be our aim. Why do I think this? Why should excellence matter if this is just a game for fun? Because excellence isn't about being the best, it's about doing our best for ourselves and, more importantly, for our dogs. Up front, I want to talk about what I don't mean when I say excellence. Excellence is not having a specific kind of dog. It's not getting clear rounds at every trial. It's not placing at states or nationals. It's not having trained all the cues and all the techniques. Excellence is about giving your best to the sport, challenging yourself, continuously honing your craft, and holding yourself accountable. Striving for excellence does not mean aiming for perfection. Perfection is a paralyzer. It's impossible. Nothing will ever be perfect. Excellence means setting realistic goals that can be met, not trying to live up to unattainable standards. And crucially, striving for excellence means embracing mistakes as learning opportunities and valuing consistent effort and persistence. Sometimes, the unreachable goal of perfection is used as an excuse to give up or not try. Lots of people will downplay their agility skills and performance, or denigrate themselves, or shrug off learning a new skill by mentally putting it in the too hard basket. Trying to be perfect will inevitably lead to disappointment in ourselves and our dogs because we will never live up to it. And so for some people, they avoid that disappointment altogether by not even trying. Perfection is the enemy of good. But striving for excellence in agility is a growth mindset that can shape our everyday experience with our dogs, no matter the level we're at. In striving for excellence, we fundamentally believe that we are capable of more. I don't think everyone needs to learn all the agility skills out there, but I do think everyone should believe in their abilities and be open to learning new things that could help them reach further in the sport. And when I say further in the sport, I don't mean competing at a certain level or earning a certain title. I mean just being capable of achieving more in whatever way that looks for each individual. Agility is a game, but the best games are the ones that players treat seriously. When players care about the craft, take responsibility for their performance, and respect the game and the other players, that's what makes it worth playing. Hardly anyone is going to play professional AFL, but lots of people play amateur AFL. We don't expect professional level of training from amateurs, but we do expect them to be able to play the game correctly. We do expect a certain level of competition in the local leagues. Even a game amongst friends aims to meet a certain level of gameplay. If you were playing a match with people that were just half-assing it, that wouldn't really be fun, would it? This is the same for our dogs, right? When our dogs play with us, they're giving us the best they have. If we've done our job and built a really solid relationship with our dogs and developed a strong desire in them to want to play with us, when they do, they're not going to half-ass it. They give us everything they've got at that moment. So why should we not give them our all? Why should we expect less from ourselves than we do our dogs? By striving for excellence, we are giving ourselves and our dogs the best opportunity to see real growth and fulfillment. Why do we play this sport? Why do we keep coming back and entering trials over and over again? We're chasing that feeling of flow, the state of being totally immersed in an activity that requires high skill and provides high reinforcement. Flow is intense focus without distraction, a state that enhances performance, removes your self-doubt, and feels effortless. To get into a flow state, you need to care about what you're doing, and it needs to be challenging enough to push you, but not so hard it makes you struggle. Striving for excellence is how to get to this level of performance, because that is what allows you to hone your skills and build the confidence to be continuously challenged. This excellence mindset means that you're focused on the journey, the experience, and the task at hand. It gives you the space to try things with your dog, learn new skills together, and flourish as a team. And on a cultural level, if players in the sport are striving for excellence, it creates a ripple effect that inspires others and raises the standard for everyone. And recognizing that effort in others means it will be reinforced. You can strive for excellence at any level of the sport. It's about long-term thinking, not short-term gains. I loved the way Grace Heck put this on a recent episode of the podcast Before the Cue. She said, "I'm not just here for today. I'm not just here to get through this run or get through this trial. What I do in this run is going to impact the next run and tomorrow's run and next weekend's run. Seeing someone else striving for excellence with a big picture outlook like this is inspiring and invigorating. We don't all need to be aiming for something like the World Championships, but we can decide on our own guiding light and use it to benchmark ourselves and our journey in agility. The sport is richer when excellence is broadly defined, not focused solely on results. Okay, so hopefully by now I've sold the premise of striving for excellence. But now you might be asking, how do you do it? Remember, excellence doesn't mean the fastest dog, the most complex skills, or the most wins. Excellence can be scratching from a run. It can be choosing handling techniques carefully. It can be changing criteria after careful review. This isn't one size fits all. Excellence is about consistency, clarity, and fairness. Thinking back to our cultural values from episode 11, we need to show up for our dogs at our best or close to our best as much as possible. Clarity and fairness is about us using procedures within the humane hierarchy that will provide that sense of control, choice, and consent to our dogs. Excellence is also about showing up prepared and thoughtful. This is the care factor. Caring about the sport means we train skills to fluency, not just aim for good enough. We need to put some forethought into our training and trialing and consider the dog we're working with, because excellence will look different for every dog handler team. By doing this, we're saying to ourselves and our dogs, you're worth my effort, my attention, and my willingness to keep learning. Excellence doesn't belong to champions. It belongs to anyone who chooses to work hard and do right by their dog. Having this mindset may create some social friction. Some people might see this mindset as being too serious and might put others down for striving for more. Sometimes choosing excellence is choosing discomfort, at least temporarily. It can be hard to be the only one in your training circle that is trying to approach the sport this way. And you know what? That's actually okay. You're not responsible for other people and how they choose to be in the world. You're only responsible for yourself and your dog. And if you hold firm and keep striving for excellence, you could be the influence that people in your circle need to try something different. And finally, it might sound like I'm saying try harder or care more, and I kind of am. But I want to frame what I mean really clearly. Sometimes it's not just try harder, but try different, with a different goal or different outlook. And care more is about caring about the things that are important to you. Figure out what excellence looks like to you and strive to meet that in everything you do. This has been Flat Out Agility. Be kind to dogs.